Hey friends, welcome in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes, the free-to-play. Thanks for being here. Today's the 21st of April. Hope everything's doing well. We're doing okay. Actually, not really. I said that, but my daughter started throwing a fit, and she got um, baby powder in my sleep machine. So sleeping tonight is going to be a bit of a challenge. Um, because obviously this happened in the afternoon, happened after business hours, so there's nothing that can be done today, which means you get to go down and spend all night watching TV and fall asleep downstairs on the chair instead of in bed, which is, super. That's of all the things that you could have happen, that is clearly and exactly what you would want to have happen. Any night of the week, of course. Because why would you want your sleep machine? And why would you want to be able to sleep in your own bed? I mean, come on. We can't. I mean, I'm just asking too much, clearly, right? So there's that. There's something I want to show you. And I don't know that I've showed it to anybody yet, but is this it? This is it. So this is sort of the grand plan of what I'm looking at doing for all the accounts. This one. And it starts with getting bounty hunters. Obviously, we're already into this a little bit. And it precludes SLKR. Like SLKR is given that we already have this, and so this is what we're trying to do. And this just doesn't go for this account. This goes for all the accounts. So if you're wondering, if you were looked at some of the accounts, you're like, why is he doing that or this? This is why. And this is not my original brainchild. But it's just it's SLKR, and then you want to be able to do what, which we've talked about doing what, and I'm like, I'm gonna relic these geos just to make the what mission a little bit easier, because I can't get through it with these year 12 geos. And I know I'm probably a horrible player. It's fine. But then you can see right here where we're on Kelleron, we've got the kids for the Duel of the Fates. They're coming. But we also want Kelleron because reasons. Then we're working on Sith Assault Battle. Thankfully, we have Scion done. By done, I mean talking 7 stars, but you see it here. Then this is where we're going for the troopers after I get done with Kelleron. For this assault battle, then we got the good old CLS open. Yeah. Then we get the 3PO farm. Then we have the CLS team itself. Then we have Night Sisters. Then we have the rest of the kids for the Executor. Piat, Dengar, Bam. Then we still have some other stuff to be working on Mummy Mandalore. And then we have Mon Mothma. Then we have Mandalore. So that being said, you can obviously see why we're farming what we're farming. Kelleron and the troopers into Bam. Then we have Shakti. And you did notice I have gone and adjusted this because I put Kara and Queen back in here. And then after we get done with these, we'll put Nihilus and all the other pieces on. Yeah. These you were telling into Chirpa and the Kyle, which shouldn't be too much of a stretch if you understood that, but obviously we got a long way to go. But I'd like to be able to get through it in some sort of order. As I feel right now that the entirety of the account is just very chaotic. And we're trying to get towards SLKR, it's just not happening in as much fun time as we would like. So that's a challenge. And then obviously you can see where we're getting low on crystals again. And so you know what that means. It means that we're going to have to stop and save crystals, which shouldn't be, this shouldn't be anything surprising to anybody. But, and I'm not happy about it, it's just we're out of crystals, so don't really have a choice. I mean, we're not out of choice. We're not out of crystals until like 1,000. And when we started spending, I think we were at 4,000 crystals. So we've been able to maintain this crystal load for a while, a good while actually. But unfortunately, we're still not where we need to be. And that's problematic, of course. Because, I mean, you want to be where you need to be. Hey, look at there. We just happened to finish boba. We'll take that. We'll take that all day. Another set aside. Are we out of this? Probably. But we're, boba's done. So that chick's another one off the whatever you want to call it list. I don't know what you would call it, but whatever it is, we just ended up checking off another person there. So that's something to be to keep in mind. So we are moving forward. And getting boba done, we needed one piece, but just to be able to get him done, and now we have him done, so now it's on to bigger. Now we have Bosk and Cad Bane. And then after that, hopefully we can keep moving people forward and keep moving people up, and then we'll be able to pick up the finalizer. And like I said before, that just helps us get to the place where we want to be as far as the executor a little bit faster, which is, I mean, it's really good that we're doing SLKR to executor, and that you do need bounty hunters leveled up to be able to do the finalizer event, so you can get this last node open. And then fortunately they changed this event to where you only have to beat the node once, and then you get to put it on farm. And then once it's on farm, it just gets so much easier. And we're definitely looking forward to that. And here we're going to pick up, I don't know why I decided to go here, but I'm like, let's pick up stuff we need. These Jedi, the random Jedi that are around, and, whatever pieces we need. Going to be mindful of how much stuff we've got, not overspend too much. Just because we're not quite to the place where we can afford to spend willy-nilly. And we do have to make sure we're being mindful of what we're spending and not overspend, I guess is the best way to say it. Because, you automatically want to overspend, but we're just trying to be a touch cautious and not overspend. But, I mean, there's obviously going to be a time and a place when we'll need to overspend, and we want to be able to overspend when we know we're overspend. But we're not there yet. But I'm happy that we have, definitely happy that we have boba I mean, I'm going to say done, but obviously, you know what I'm saying when I say done. He's off the list for right now. Like we have a lot of characters, and that's all we're trying to do is we're just trying to remove one more piece, one more obstacle to be able to get us to where we want to be. Because obviously we just get these, we get these bounty hunters and we get these first order up, and it's we'll have finalizer in just about no time, but we've got to get to him first. So I'm going to go ahead and put. Now that I got to get that stuff, let's go ahead and put him the rock 1. That's cool. We'll have to come back and work on his mods later, but I'm not worried about that right now because he's still on the front page. So I'll do that offline. So let's do this. That brings it back down to Bosk and Cad Bane. And then, we'll be able to finish Finalizer. But in the meantime, we're still hoarding. We're still collecting and hoarding. The thing is, I'm trying to figure out what my number is. Not necessarily what it needs to be, but what it should be. And, understandably, I think it's going to be a little bit bigger of a number than most people are comfortable with or what most people would like. But for me, I think, I do think it's necessary. Where's the, I want to make sure we take care of whatever's difficult here. And it doesn't really look like Bosk has that annoying piece. Not that this is not annoying, but let's go ahead and get it out of the way. Keep having a cough. Allergies are a super fun time of year when we have to deal with allergies. But unfortunately, I'm going to go back into the saving mode for gems, like I said, because I just feel like we need to. Plus, we have May the 4th coming up and all that. By the time you're seeing this, maybe May the 4th, but regardless, I need to start saving gems for that event. For that, just not for that, not for the May the 4th exclusively, but just for the account in general, just because I don't want it to be drained. But as far as this goes, which is this is kind of the blueprint. I mean, it's not, but it is, and we're trying to get that way. Just trying to finish Swgoh, and then get Bam stuff farmed, and then we'll be, until there's just all these obstacles that are in our lane before we can even start, before we can even really think about doing this. Bounty hunters, geos. Then we can get a few Poncho Bros, and then more Jedi and Kelron, so that would take care of the Duel of the Fates thing. Then we come back down here for some more Executor stuff, and then we come back down here for the rest of the Jedi Vanguard before we can start the onto the whatever in person. But of course, by then they'll be, this is going to be a long, arduous process. It's not going to happen overnight. But I'm looking forward to it, nevertheless. Anyway, I think that's all I got for today. Let me know if you have any thoughts, comments, concerns. Anything you want to ask me at all is fine. I'm definitely debating some things. Like I'm debating doing something just, basically throwing this thing out, just throwing this out and this thing out, and just doing something off the wall. But that's a little counterintuitive to what I do. But yeah, I just want to let you know that in case you're wondering, hey, are you thinking about doing something off the wall? Sort of. Yeah. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it all the time. If you have any questions, let me know. God bless. Hold the line, and I'll see you tomorrow. Late night, tomorrow night. Bye.